opening tip is controlled by the Bears. Underway here. I'm Todd Wilson again with Sybil Blaylock. Glad you're with us.
Todd, we expected this to be a very physical game today. One of the things that Greensboro wants to do is to keep the pressure on the ball, play the passing lanes, and that's going to give some openings for Mercer to get the ball to the basket, and if they can do that, they'll have some success today.
Rebound and putback would not go, and it's lost out of bounds by the Bears, so nothing doing on their opening possession. Officials for today's game, Timothy Bryant, Timothy Buckner, and Gerald Drummond. Quickly into the front court are the Spartans, led by Lucy Mason. Collins tries to dish it down low, and it is out of bounds. They're going to rule off Mercer, so Spartans get another chance with an inbound underneath. Harris. There's collapsing zone defense. Whistle.
Todd, that's maybe a sign of some of the things that happened in the last game where there were a lot of fouls called on both teams. Mercer's playing a zone, but Greensboro wants to attack the basket. That's the whole offense.
Shot won't go. Rebound Bridges. It's knocked out of bounds by Collins. Trying to get another steal. Spartans come in leading the Southern Conference in steals with 256 on the year. One of their assistants was telling us before the game they play very aggressive, very pressing style of defense. Lawrence with a pull-up outside, off the iron, no good. Rebound and loose ball corralled by Collins.
Todd, Mercer's started again in a zone defense. I think they would like to limit those takes to the basket and keep the ball out of the paint if at all possible.
Drive inside, Harris with a nice dish and a blocked shot. And then Kalia Lawrence into the passing lane. Shot won't go for Bridges. Lawrence had it, lost it. The Bears with a fresh shot clock will reset. We've played 2 minutes, no score. Williams drives and a whistle on the contact. And that foul goes against Mariah Wilson. That's her first for the sophomore out of Atlanta.
Now, Todd, you can see in this game that, and really over the last 2 games, that Mercer has switched up their starting lineup a little bit. Alex Williams, freshman, has moved into the starting lineup along with Kalia Lawrence.
And her second is good. So the Bears strike first. Pass down low, bounces through the legs of Tiana Robinson, and Precious Bridges comes out of there with it. Outside 3 ball, nothing but bottom for Alicia Williams.
Yeah, Alicia's just come off of a 20-point game over at Sanford. She actually came off of the bench over there, and she does provide some instant offense.
Steal and taken away by Alex Williams. Lawrence out on the break. Takes it to the rack, takes the contact, misses the shot. Williams loses it. And the Spartans come the other way. 5-0, the Bears up. Outside pull-up, in and out. Another rebound for Alex Williams. She's pressured, and we're going to have a foul in the backcourt.
Well, there's a good example, Todd, of what Greensboro's trying to do. They, even on a missed shot, they go ahead and pick up full court pressure.
Foul is against India Timpton. The sophomore from Charlotte. And here you see the full court press as Briana Williams checks in for Coach Susie Gardner. Bears into the front court, leading 5-0. .15 on the shot clock. The ball tipped away. Saved by Bridges. They're going to say she stepped out. And you can credit that turnover on Jessica Collins.
I believe you can. She's one of their defensive stoppers. If they want to lock somebody down, then she's the one that's going to do it. And but their whole team is, you're going to see them out in the passing lanes a lot today.
Jeray Savage now in the lineup for Greensboro. Outside dish, a 3-ball up, in and out. Rebound, Tiana Robinson. First meeting last month between these two teams. Robinson had a double-double. Drive and a pull-up. No off the back iron, and a rebound for the Spartans and Jade Scaife. Dangerous cross-court pass. The Bears intercept, and we're going to have another foul. And this will be on Shanice Harris. That is her first, the team's second. And we've got a 5-0 lead for Mercer with 54. As again, full court pressure applied by the Spartans.
No, their full court pressure is going to change over the game. You see some man-to-man, and then you'll see some zone pressure out of a 1-2-2 and a 2-2-1. Again, very aggressive. You'll see a lot of bumps with a lower body.
Bridges pull up at the foul line, nothing but bottom.
Well, that's got to be one of her signatures right there. Precious Bridges can score inside, she can score outside, she can shoot the three, but probably what she's best known for is putting the ball on the floor, 1 or 2 dribbles, and pulling up and take that jumper.
Bailey Williams now in for the Spartans. She drives, her shot blocked by Robinson. Outside jumper is good for 3. And that was Jessica Collins getting the Spartans on the board.
Now you can see on the defensive end, UNCG is trying to take Precious Bridges out of the offensive sets here, so that she's the point guard and responsible for getting the offensive started. And they're working really hard to take her out of the play.
Robinson's shot blocked. Pull up in the paint, won't go. Rebound and put back will for Jeray Savage, the senior out of Marietta. Contact and no whistle, but the Bears beat the press, up by 2. Williams drives, and her layup won't go. Loose ball is tipped out, and we're going to have a whistle. Foul is going to go against Alex Williams. That is the second on Williams and the second team foul on Mercer.
Alex Williams, as a freshman, has done a really good job for them defensively and on the boards, and she's starting to figure out that she can also contribute on offense, getting the ball to the basket for them.
Outside 3-ball is long. Rebound, shot back up, won't go. Turnaround in the lane, won't go. Rebound, Bridges.
And there's another thing, Todd, we talked about earlier with UNCG is actually also leading the conference in offensive rebounds as well as steals.
Briana Williams, a little pull-up is off the front iron. Collected by Savage. Both teams rather cold shooting here in the first. In and out, tipped, and Robinson with another board. Quick down court pass. Williams cut off. Robinson left hand floater, nicely done.
Yeah, what a great position by Tiana Robinson, and a nice pass in there, a good little jump hook.
Alicia Williams with the assist. Bears lead back to 4. They've never trailed so far. Pass is tipped out of bounds by Mercer. As we see Brittany Broadway checking in. Another look at the nice feed down low to Robinson. Inbound to Jasmine Missouri. Pass down low is tipped away. Then the Bears are on the break. Bridges out front with an easy layup.
Well, nice pass up the floor by Brittany Broadway. Heads up play. She caught that pass, and Precious was off and running.
Down low and a drive. Contact and another block for Robinson. That's her second in the game. Broadway goes up and she's fouled. She'll head to the charity stripe.
Just don't know, while the protocol for concussions is pretty strict, you just don't know how long those symptoms are going to last, and so it's nice to see her back, hopefully full strength.
She hits 1 out of 2. Bears lead back to 7, matching their biggest of the game so far. Mariah Wilson, one of the defensive superlatives for the Spartans, in now, is returning to the floor. Tipped away by Alicia Williams. So the Bears trying to step up the defensive intensity.
Yeah, they've extended their defense a little bit. They're not going to just be satisfied with letting them make passes around the perimeter. So get their hands in the passing lane and maybe some opportunities for turnovers as well.
Collins drives cut off by Briana Williams. Outside 3 ball up and out. Rebound, a long one for Bailey Williams. Pass inside, well executed. Great block though, Alicia Williams, and the Bears come away with it.
Yeah, Todd, that was a great block from behind. Looked like they were going to have a wide open layup, and Alicia got her hands on that one.
Credit the Bears defense for collapsing, and they go to work now in the front court. Williams lost the handle, able to get the loose ball. Contact, no whistle. Bridges foul line jumper is good. She's got 6. Williams throws up a 3, in and out. And the rebound controlled by Bridges. Whistle and contact, and we're going to have a foul on Jessica Collins. That's her first for the senior out of Raleigh. Another look at Precious Bridges.
Precious is great at breaking a defense down off the dribble. I mean, she's a senior and she knows where the open lanes are. This defense that UNCG is applying for the pressure, you know, it takes a toll on you over the long haul of the game.
Turnaround jumper, good for Alicia Williams. She's got 5. And the Bears now have a double-digit lead up to 11. Under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Drive and a pull-up, in and out, rebound, put back won't go, rebound, put back won't go. And Precious Bridges had it and lost it.
UNCG ball. UNCG substitution number 10, Jeray Savage. Back in for the Bears, number 45, Tiana Robinson.
Well, here's a good example of how UNCG hits the offensive boards. Again, that explains exactly why they're leading the conference in offensive rebounding.
Outside 3 ball, off the iron, no good. Rebound tipped out to Kalia Lawrence. Her pass is just a little ahead of Bridges on the break, and we have a turnover. Lawrence trying to beat the defensive pressure, but a little long on the lead pass intended for Bridges. So back to work go the Spartans. Whistle goes against the Spartans, and that is the second whistle against Mariah Wilson, the sophomore out of Atlanta. Jade Scaife checking back in.
Here's the full court man-to-man pressure again. Let's see how Mercer handles that. Last time they had pretty good success against this full court pressure, especially against the man-to-man, unless the guards made the mistake of throwing the ball in too close to the baseline, and that gives the defense a really good opportunity to trap.
So full court press coming by the Spartans. Inbound is stolen, and it's going to lead to a shot in the lane that won't go, but a foul. Lucy Mason. First foul whistled against Kalia Lawrence. Kind of a floating inbound pass that Mason comes out of there with. Now goes to the free throw line looking for her first points of the game.
And that's, Todd, just the type of pass that a pressing defense wants to see, is throwing them up in the air, and then anybody has a chance to get their hands on it. I think Mercer's going to have to make sure they check off all the cutters coming back to the ball.
Her second is good. First points in the game for Mason coming at the 9:16 mark. Again, the press. Into Williams. Long pass ahead that's tipped and deflected off of Alicia Williams' shoulder, and back come the Spartans. Lawrence got a hand on that one, and she's going to be whistled for her second foul.
Now, there's one of the fouls, Todd, that there's a couple of things the officials have talked about this year that's just an obvious call for them. One of them is if you put your forearm on the player, and the other is if you put two hands on them. And Kalia got her forearm on the drive that time.
Alex Williams checking back in for the Bears. Drive and a little turnaround in the lane won't go. Alex Williams, another rebound. Bridges into the front court. Alicia Williams drives into the paint, tries to dish it to Robinson, but her pass just a little high.
I don't think Tiana was expecting that one. It's a good drive by Alicia.
Bailey Williams back in the lineup for UNCG.
Mercer's gone a little bit bigger with their lineup now, with Bridges and Briana at the top of their zone. A little bit more, maybe expect a little more physical play.
Bears back to work following the Mason basket, and that's a little pull-up that falls for Briana Williams. Her first bucket of the game. Bears maintaining a lead, up by 10 now, as we wind down to 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Pass down low, and a bucket, and a foul. And that's Jeray Savage. The whistle goes against. So with 7:57. Savage now has 5 points to lead the Spartans. Alicia Williams bounce pass ahead. Easy layup for Alex Williams.
Wow, what a great aggressive attack by Alicia Williams, and Alex getting down the floor as well.
Drive and another block shot. The Bears running. Dish ahead and a layup for Alicia Williams from Precious Bridges.
Well, we had Briana running the floor at the same time, and that's one of the things Mercer is really good at.
In and out. The ball's about halfway down the cylinder, kicked out, pass intercepted, and then lost out of bounds. So it's going to be Bears ball. Still credit Scaife with the good hustling play.
You know, Mercer identified pregame. One of the things that they really wanted to try to do is not be passive on offense. They wanted to be aggressive on offense and throw the ball up the floor and see what they can get out of transition.
Williams drives to the hole. Shot won't go. Tipped by Robinson, but taken away by Lucy Mason. And she takes it all the way to the rack. Her layup won't go. Williams with a rebound. And that is another block shot, and we're going to have a foul in the paint on the loose ball.
Todd, you got to love it when your guards are in there rebounding as well, because it takes a team effort if you're going to be a good rebounding team.
Mason just a little out of control on that layup, and that foul is on Scaife.
I think we may have seen a little frustration on Mason's part right there. She is their leading scorer in the top 5 in the SoCon, and she might have had a little frustration on that one.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Briana Williams, as the Bears are now in the bonus with 6:42 left in the first half. The senior, who's from just up the road, up I-75 in McDonough, Georgia, gives the Bears a 13-point lead.
You'll see a lot of cuts from UNCG and their half-court offense, and it's in a zone. It's you know, you really have to concentrate and focus to keep up with the cutters, and it's not just by guards or post players. It's all 5 that will be cutting in and out of the paint.
Shot clock down to 12. Williams tries to pass it inside. It's off of Alex Williams. Remains Spartans' possession. Long entry. 5 to shoot. Mason drives, dishes underneath. Shot up and no. Credit the Bears defense, as that is a shot clock violation. Ball goes back to Mercer. And Mason slow to get up. Grasping her right hand. Let's see what happened. So seems suffer no ill effects. Bounce pass into Bridges as the Bears try and beat the Spartan press into the front court. Bridges pull up. In the lane, won't go. Rebound, Tiana Robinson. Shot in and out. Back come the Spartans.
Well, Todd, up to this point, we hadn't had great shooting in this game, but I believe that's what the defense for UNCG is wants to do. They want to hurry you up. And on the other hand, down here on this end, they haven't had great shooting either.
Foul line jumper is way off, and we've got a loose jump ball situation. Possession arrow belongs to UNCG.
Substitution number 21.
As Medina Bartley checks in, the junior out of Savannah. Outside, long 3 ball. Off the iron, no good. Loose ball is corralled and put back by Bailey Williams. For her first 2 of the game. Bears now into the front court, beat the press, up by 11. Bridges gets the contact and will go to the foul line.
Foul on UNCG's number 2.
That foul goes against Jessica Collins, her second.
The 8th team foul.
Another look is
Precious Bridges goes to the line to shoot 2.
a very offensive-minded young lady. Precious Bridges, 2-time SoCon Player of the Month so far this year.
Yeah, she has really deserved that, Todd. I mean, she has been in double digits. She's leading the conference in scoring and certainly leading this team as being productive, not just on offense, but being a key member of what happens to them on the defensive end as well.
She's got 7 as Tiana Robinson takes a break and Maddie Mitchell checks in. And her second is good. So Bridges leading all scorers now with 8. And the Bears doubling up on the Spartans right now, 26-13. Pass down low, drive. Mitchell was there to bother the shot. And Alicia Williams gets another rebound. Ball was tipped, so no over and back. That ball tipped away. Again, this very aggressive style of defense employed by UNCG.
Yeah, they're going to step out in the passing lanes, and you just cannot throw lazy passes against them. And the person on the other end, whoever the receiver is, has to really go meet the ball, or they're going to tip it, and before you know it, they'll be out in transition.
Missouri pressuring Bridges, and Bridges drives, absorbs the contact. And that foul is against Jeray Savage, her first. Another look. Actually double contact there. And Bridges excited about the trip, it looks like, to the free throw line.
Last game when these two met, Precious had a number of free throws, between over 20, and looks like she may be headed towards the same thing this time as well.
She's got 9.
And she's shooting about 80% from the free throw line, so Mercer likes to see her go there quite often.
She's halfway to her season average with 10 points now. And the Bears' lead is 15 with under 4.5 remaining. Drive inside, the right hand is good. It's going to be an and one. That foul is on Briana Williams. That is her first 6th-team foul. And Jeray Savage basically carrying the Spartans on her back.
Yeah, she's a good face-up player, and so she's starting at the high post area, and you know, that was a good entry pass by the Spartans, and she turns and faces and is going to either take that jump shot or try to get all the way to the basket.
She's got 8, averages a little over 11 a game. Cuts the Bears' lead to 12. Bears get through the press and now start to work on their offensive end. High pressure on Bridges by Missouri, who blocks that one. The junior out of Largo, Maryland. Gets separation, her shot won't go. Another rebound for Briana Williams with 3:44 remaining in the first half. Impressed by the aggressive defense employed by the Spartans as Williams misses a shot, but Maddie Mitchell gets a rebound.
You know, Maddie Mitchell is another freshman from Mercer, and she played a lot of minutes early and maybe not so minutes recently, but she is came out of high school being a great scorer, and she's just trying to figure out where her shots are going to come from in this offense, and also adapting to the physical play of the college game as well.
Turnaround in the lane, won't go. Rebound corralled, and an outside 3 ball in and out. Long rebound that Mason gets. She gets it back to Savage, and they're going to call the foul on Mitchell. She thought it was a charge, but Savage now with 10 in the game.
To produce for them on offense, and she's a good face-up player to the basket and can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim as well.
And she is now 3 for 3 at the line. More pressure from the Spartans on the inbound.
And now they've changed their pressure a little bit. We're seeing a zone press now, and again, you can see they're going to get their hands on the ball. They're going to be aggressive going after the ball. That's going to require Mercer not to float passes up in the air, and whoever the receiver is, and Maddie Mitchell did a good job that time. When she saw the ball coming to her, she went after the ball just as aggressive as the Spartans did.
Good look at Mercer head coach Susie Gardner. And now you see Maddie Mitchell, the freshman out of Doe Run, Georgia. It's iron unkind. You see Mitchell going after it. Mason with the contact. Whistled for her second. Mitchell converts the second. Bears lead back to 12. Pass tipped by Bridges. Drive inside, layup no good. Rebound and put back for Jeray Savage. She is almost a double-double here in the first half.
Well, you know, they coaching staff talked about that earlier with us, Todd. They said that, you know, she's aggressive. She's coming off 24-point performance, and they're going to go to whoever has the hot hand. And they have balanced scoring, but right now she has the hot hand, and they're finding her.
Outside three won't go for Williams. Mason taking it to the rack and gets two. So the Bears lead cut down to 8.
Make sure that Mercer's not going to lose their focus here in this last basically 2 minutes of the half and give up some easy baskets.
Savage in the game with 13 points and 8 rebounds in the first 18 minutes of the game. Pass underneath, Tiana Robinson with a layup.
Wow, what a great look by Alicia Williams, and Tiana put that one up with her left hand.
Robinson with 4 in the game. As the Spartans work the perimeter, outside three is nothing but air. Tipped out by Alex Williams, and it's a pull-up. Precious Bridges. That's almost money in the bank.
Yes, it is, Todd, and that's what you like to see coming out of a timeout. Coach Gardner called one, and she's had 2 good offensive possessions and 2 stops on defense.
The Bears lead back to 12. Pass down low. Drive underneath, no good for Williams. Rebound and put back won't go. And we're going to have a whistle underneath as Alicia Williams goes to the floor. It'll remain Spartans' possession with a fresh shot clock. Drive up, won't go. Rebound, Briana Williams. Pass ahead, Precious Bridges. Layup good.
Wow, what a great pass by Briana. Precious out, running the floor. Made a really nice bounce pass to lead her.
Bears with their biggest lead of the game, up 14 now. Pass down low, Savage. Bothered by Robinson. And Savage throws up a prayer that's answered as we've got a whistle. And it will go against Tiana Robinson.
You know, the Spartans have really struggled from the floor, but where they have been successful this half is in transition. They've got a couple of easy baskets out of transition, and then also, as they're well known for, hitting the offensive board and creating those second chance points, and if they're not scoring, then they're getting to the free throw line.
First for Savage. Her first miss from the free throw line today as Maddie Mitchell comes back in. As Savage has eclipsed her season average of 11.4 points and 6.4 rebounds. Misses both free throws. Shot clock is off, and the Bears can run this one out. Pass deflected and taken away. Savage with the ball, drives to the hole, puts it up and in. And that will take us
back All-American and ACC Player of the Year, so we may be seeing a little bit of that personality coming out in her own player in Savage today.
Well, we get started here as Alicia Williams inbounds for Mercer as they go to work to start the second half of action. Kalia Lawrence drives it to the rack and shot blocked. That is out of bounds, but Mariah Wilson, we talked to one of the assistants, the sophomore out of Atlanta, one of their defensive presences.
Yeah, they expect her to be to clog it up in the paint and to keep any easy layups from going in there, and that's certainly what she did there.
Precious Bridges splits 3 defenders and somehow makes that one drop.
And she did. That was a tough shot. She shot a little floater, and it didn't hit anything but the strings.
Bears matching their biggest lead of the game. The ball's tipped in the lane and taken away by Precious Bridges. Lawrence pull up outside is in and out. The rebound fought for and held ball. The possession arrow belongs to the Spartans.
You know, Kalia Lawrence is, as we said, has been Freshman Player of the Week twice in the last 3 weeks, and she's struggling on offense right now, but she's getting some good looks at the basket, and she's just going to have to continue to take those shots because she will start hitting them at some point, and Mercer needs her to contribute on offense.
Whistle away from the ball, and it is going to go against Mariah Wilson. And that is the 3rd foul on Wilson.
UNCG substitution number 15.
As she's, again, the shot there by Bridges that miraculously went in. Up front court.
It's a dangerous little pass.
Bears lucky to hang on to that one.
You know, this is where Lawrence, as a freshman, is going to figure out, you know, if I am not going to be effective in scoring today, what else can I do for my team that's going to really help them out? Is it going to be ball handling? Is it going to be rebounding? And she has been hitting the boards pretty good, but just because her shot's not falling in, she still can be a very effective player for Mercer.
She's trying to contribute, has the ball in her hands right now. Uses the screen, gets a shot, in and out. And back the other way, the rebound for Tipton. Drive inside and a dish from Mason. Tipton's shot way high off the glass, and another rebound for Tiana Robinson. Bridges takes it all the way down. Jump ball as Alicia Williams comes down with it. Possession arrow goes to UNCG on the held ball. Williams had it, and then credit Jade Scaife with a hustling play. Shot blocked. Williams had it and lost it. And the whistle goes against Alicia Williams. That is 2nd on Williams, as Briana Williams will check back in for Mercer. Spartan ball.
Mercer's back in their zone again, and you'll see the Spartans, they dribble a lot trying to penetrate, and then if they can't get anything, then they'll go ahead and kick the ball out.
Kalia Lawrence, her first made bucket of the game, comes at the 17:45 mark here in the 2nd period. The Bears lead grows to 16. Pull up, in and out, rebound, and quickly down court. And an easy layup for Precious Bridges.
What a great pass by Briana Williams. She skied to get that rebound, and then she threw it on the fly.
Well, the Bears led by 12 at the half, and they extended it now. And there's hustling defense, Briana Williams, and a layup on the fast break she created. We saw aggressive defense from both teams. The Bears seem to be a little more aggressive here in the 2nd half.
You know, sometimes it's exactly like they say, you want to attack a pressing team with your own press or with your own pressure defense, and that's what Mercer's done. They're not just sitting back and being passive on defense. They're putting the pressure on the Spartans as well.
Kalia Lawrence, second shot straight she's made. She's got 4 and was fouled. And we'll go to the charity stripe.
You know, we saw a couple of plays ago Briana Williams get a steal, make a layup, and Briana has the all-time scoring record in this gym at 52 points in one game.
So Lawrence with a quiet 5 coming all here in the second half. And if you're a Spartan fan, you can ill afford to have that happen as another breakaway. Briana Williams with a steal and a layup. Pass down low, shot up and over. Tiana Robinson.
Yeah, it was a nice up and under on that basket.
Williams, pass underneath, Robinson, layup good. So the Bears spreading the scoring around here in the second half. 4 minutes gone. Pull-up jumper in and out. Rebound and fouled in the lane was Scaife. In the background, Scaife averaging 7.2 points, 4 rebounds a game, yet to score in this game. Misses the first.
Brittany Broadway is another freshman from Mercer. She out of Arkansas, and she's very aggressive on defense, and they're looking for her to take on the role of playing some point for them next year as well.
That is going to be a big void to fill. Precious Bridges, the senior guard, passes outside, shot in and out, won't go. Rebound, and Mason takes it and dishes to Savage. Smart play by Mason. The bucket is good and a foul. Third foul whistled against Alicia Williams. So she'll have to check out with 15:37 remaining.
Yeah, that hurts Mercer when Alicia has to spend too much time on the bench, because she's one of their more physical players and a utility player that she can play outside, she can play inside, she can play front of the zone, the back of the zone, so it hurts them when she has to be on the bench.
Free throw is good for Savage. She's got 18. And for Savannah, a look at head coach Susie Gardner as the Bears try and break the press. Bounce pass to Lawrence, and she tries to throw it low to Mitchell, but it's intercepted. Back the other way come the Spartans. Pull up, no. Williams had it, lost it. Again, very aggressive play for UNCG. Rebound on the floor, and we have a scrum and a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Mercer. As you have another look.
Well, this possession is typical of UNCG's attack plan. They want to get the ball out, push it up the floor, and then they're just going to chunk it and hit the offensive boards.
Pass forward into the front court. Little turnaround is good for Briana Williams, who's got 10. Bears lead 24. Outside 3 ball, off the iron, no. Rebound out to Bridges, she's held. Foul is on Jeray Savage, second foul.
Well, that kind of looked like a foul that was made, so Precious was not going to get out and have a chance to create something on offense quickly on the other end, and also gives UNCG a chance to set up their press.
Bears into the front court. Pass tipped away. Williams looking for Kalia Lawrence. 20 on the shot clock. Very aggressive style. Again, can't say that enough as it's tipped. Savage into the front court, takes the contact, can't get the shot to go. A whistle underneath goes against Mitchell.
Well, I can't be sure, Todd. I mean, they did a good job of getting out in the passing lanes, but looked to me like we might have had a little double dribble right there. We dribbled 2 or 3 times down the floor, picked it up, and dribbled it again.
So Savage, oh, check that. This is Harris at the line, who gets her first points in the game. The sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Misses the second. The ball's out of bounds and goes to Mercer, who hold a 23-point advantage. Pass ahead to Mitchell, and she travels.
Yeah, there's Maddie, you know, just being a little bit unsure of what she's going to do on the back of that press. And for somebody who shoots the ball as well as she does, she needs to go ahead and take her open shots.
Had an open look, but looked ahead. Seemed like cross court to maybe think about a pass, but turnover gives it back to UNCG, who still have a big deficit to overcome. Mason outside, guarded by Bridges. Long 3 ball, in and out, and the long rebound is tipped out off of Harris. So the Bears get it back.
You know, Todd, when you watch UNCG play, they are around the ball all the time, whether it's coming off on the offensive end or defensive end. In the passing lanes, they are aggressive. I mean, they're a high-energy team.
They are that. Bridges with 15 on the shot clock. Pass underneath. Kalia Lawrence turnaround and won't go. And there's the double-double for Jeray Savage. Pass is too high. Intended for Harris. It's a turnover. It gives it back to Mercer as we see Bailey Williams, the sophomore from Harrisonburg, Virginia, checking back in.
You know, UNCG doesn't take a whole lot of threes, but Bailey Williams is one player that does. About half of her shots that she's taken this year are from the 3-point range.
Drive underneath. Contact. Going to go against Wilson. And that is her fourth.
That's a nice take by Alicia Williams. She avoided contact, but went strong to the basket. That's just a nice take on her part.
She's at the free throw line. And her first is good. 8 points. As Medina Bartley checks in, the junior out of Savannah, and Wilson sits.
You know, in the game of women's basketball this year overall, there have been a lot of offensive fouls called, and part of that has to do with the fact they have the arc underneath, and people are beginning to figure out that they need to stay between the dribbler and the basket and hold their position. And you know, the officials are calling those, and you're just seeing a lot more charges called.
Give the assist to Jessica Collins. To Jeray Savage, that's a new career high, 20 points. Outside set 3, nothing but bottom, Alicia Williams.
Well, now that's a senior for you. She knew that was a good shot for her, and she did not hesitate.
Jessica Collins answers back with a 3 of her own. She's got 6. Bears lead is 24. Bridges drive cut off by Collins. Collins has had her hands full today.
Yeah, I think anybody that guards Precious Bridges is going to have their hands full.
Shot won't go for Lawrence. Back the other way, and a drive, layup, no. It was saved by Collins, but into the hands of Tiana Robinson, and the Bears back into the front court.
Well, that's great hustle by the Bears to get back. They had 2 people down for the Spartans and 3 back on defense for Mercer.
It's been the Bridges and Savage show. As respective team leaders, Bridges now with 22. Williams outside jumper, back iron, no. Rebound Savage, her putback won't go. Rebound Alicia Williams, fast break for the Bears, and another bucket for Precious Bridges, who's got 24. UNCG for the Spartans.
Well, Mercer's got 4 of their freshmen in right now. We'll see how they adapt to the pressure defense that the Spartans have used and is part of their trademark.
Keely Foster shot won't go. Loose ball out of bounds off of Kalia Lawrence. But Keely Foster, the freshman guard out of Hampton, Virginia, getting some playing time. We're under 11 minutes left in the game. Outside, 3 ball. Say her foot was on the line, so Jasmine Missouri now officially a scorer in the game with her first 2.
Well, that was a nice test, that first possession for the 4 freshmen from Mercer to be able to get the ball up the floor without turning it over. Strong take by Brittany Broadway, but you're going to have a tough time going over Wilson at 6'2".
Inside, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Spartans. Another look at this one, as it was Scaife trying to get inside. Pull up outside over Robinson is good for Jade Scaife. Her first 2 of the game. Into the front court is Lawrence. Man defense now being deployed by the Spartans. Lawrence, a pass that was way too high for Tiana Robinson.
I believe you're right. She must have looked over there and thought she had Kobe Bryant getting ready to go up in the air.
May have been a little too high for Kobe. 23-point lead for Mercer. Drive and a pull up. Off the iron, no. Rebound Lawrence. Turnover though, gives it back to the Spartans.
Good job on their transition defense, and Sydney Means is in the game for the first time, and you know she's a freshman, and she flew a floater up there, and they got their hands on it.
Scaife with point number 4 over Robinson. Williams, pass intended. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. Looks like the 4th going against Lucy Mason.
You know, Todd, UNCG, they are very persistent in what they're going to do during a game. You know, whether I don't think they're playing the score. I think they're playing their strategy.
Foul outside. This one going against Jasmine Missouri, her first. Another substitution as Collins returns. Mason sits. Bridges with a 1-and-1 opportunity. With 8:55 remaining. And she gets a shooter's bounce. 25 points now in the game for Bridges.
You know, there's not much of that rim that Precious the ball didn't touch that time.
And her second off the iron, no. Another rebound for Savage. 22-point lead for Mercer with under 9 minutes remaining. Drive and an open jumper off the iron, no. Rebound tipped into the hands of Precious Bridges, who's got 6. Lawrence drives, floater in the lane off the right hand, won't go. But the rebound won't go for Alex Williams.
That was a great rebound by Alex Williams. She went back up with it and couldn't manage to score, but that sure was a nice rebound.
Foul going to be whistled against Jeray Savage. So that's her third as Medina Bartley checks back in. As we see some of the aggressive play costing the Spartans, as Wilson and Mason both with 4 fouls. Savage also during foul trouble. Precious Bridges, she has been on fairly much the entire game.
She has. That was great execution on out of bounds play too.
Savage kicks it back out. Nice play inside. Savage couldn't convert. She gets the tip ball though and does make that one. And every time she scores, it's a new career high. She's got 22. But the Bears' lead is 22. Pass to Robinson for the lay-in. Give Williams an assist.
Well, that is a great job by Alicia Williams advancing the ball up the floor, and then with our freshman Alex Williams hitting Tiana for a wide open layup on the block.
Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Mercer, and again credit 5 points, averaging almost 13 a game coming in.
Well, I think as a freshman, sometimes you find out the physical play can bother you, and I think the style that they play and bumping a little bit in the lower bottom and the lower half of the body can really affect a shooter when they're not used to it.
Good execution there. Lawrence got separation and hits the open jumper.
I think that may have been the first time all game we've seen coming out of any time of timeout or play at all where they have not shown full court pressure, and again they're showing 2-3 zone but not full court pressure now.
It seems they've backed off that pressure and working a more traditional game here in the late going, probably a learning opportunity for some of their freshmen.
Yeah, you're right, Todd. I think that's true. They are still going to be out in the passing lanes, though. They're not going to just stand back and let Mercer pass the ball around the perimeter at will.
So Bridges going for more free throws now. Now 6 of 7 in the game.
No.
Another look there at the foul.
You know, Todd, next week the women's basketball committee is going to be meeting in Indianapolis, and they start back in November talking about teams and selection process. And so next week, for the first time ever, they're going to announce the teams as if the tournament were starting the next day. It'll come out on Wednesday who the top 4 seeds are and the top 20 teams in that process.
Outside 3 is way long, so the ball goes back to Mercer. And Scaife whistled for her 3rd personal, so back the other way, it'll send Savage gets her 4th foul. as we have Kalia Lawrence now at the free throw line. In and out. Good look at the bench for UNCG. And the second is good. You have to think that Coach Palmer and the Spartans came in after falling to Mercer just by 1 point, thinking that this would be a lot closer game.
Todd, you're absolutely right. I think they felt like they would have a really good shot at winning this game, and that the strategy they had been working on was going to be a good one to attack Mercer with, and they just opened up being really cold on the offensive end, and no matter how much pressure you put on, sometimes that's hard to overcome. You're going to have to hit some shots sometime.
Savage with another rebound and more points. Turn around, in, out, and another rebound for Savage. She's got a career high offensively, approaching a career high for rebounds. Drive, shot won't go, rebound Williams. Ahead to Bridges, who lays it in, and she has 31.
You know, Mercer talked about, you know, after their last game in Greensboro, they talked a lot about what worked for them and what didn't, and where did they think they could make a little headway against them this time, and recognizing that they're going to hit the offensive boards, but they're just not going to slow down and just walk the ball up the floor.
No look pass that somehow or another Alicia Williams is able to corral.
I think she used all of her balancing skills on that one.
Contact, no whistle. 10 on the shot clock. Bridges pull up is nothing but bottom. $29-point lead for Mercer with under 4.5 remaining. Pass tipped, saved by Keely Foster. Outside jumper, good for Jeray Savage, who's got 26.
You called it at halftime, Todd. She is definitely on her way to a new career high, both in points and in rebounds.
Outside shot, rolls out, putback won't go for Alex Williams. Drive, Collins, pass underneath, and we're going to have a foul, and that will be number
Savage. So they kind of score by committee and not by having just one person that they're solely dependent upon.
So Mason converts both free throws, cuts the Bears lead. We've got Sydney Means, Kayla Potts, and it is all freshmen on the floor now for Mercer. Pass taken away, Mason on the break, shot won't go. She goes to the floor, back up though. As that foul is going to be on Kalia Lawrence. That is her third personal. And that's going to send Mason back to the line.
Now, rule number one, Todd, when you play against a team that's aggressive on defense, you cannot throw the ball over the top. You've got to find the next closest player and not think about throwing it cross court, because those are very, very risky passes.
Mason now 5 of 6 from the free throw line, has 9. Potts.
Yeah, Kayla Potts has a lot of promise as she continues to play. She's had 2 significant knee injuries and basically has had to sit out quite some time, didn't get to play in her last senior year, and so I think, you know, she's got to get her body used to, and maybe in some sense her mind used to playing again, and she's going to get there. The coaching staff has an awful lot of confidence in her, and she will get better as time goes on.
Well, Mason, with that, fouls out. We'll tell you that Allison Whitman, the freshman out of Madison, Wisconsin, or Madison, excuse me, West Virginia, in for the Spartans as Alex Williams misses the first. So a lot of youth on the floor. Jada Lucky, freshman out of Norfolk, in for the UNCG. Miss on both of them. Rebound and putback won't go. Rebound and putback won't go. So another rebound for Alex Williams. A rebound for Potts. Nothing doing. So the Spartans with a chance. Drive underneath and a whistle. It's going to go against Maddie Mitchell, her third.
Well, last summer, Todd, the freshmen came in and they were here all second session and had a chance to work out and be together and get to know each other, and so I think that was really good for them, and they'll be here again this summer, and so they'll step up their training this summer, and I'm sure we'll be working on some strength, not just the conditioning part, but that's their opportunity to up their game and to get better at a lot of things, and one of those being increased strength over the summer.
So Lucky hits her first free throw and knocks them both down. Drive and a dish outside. Maddie Mitchell, shot in and out, rattled out.
Yeah, she might not have hit one, but that's her shot, and she does need to take those.
Drive to the rack, nicely done. Keely Foster, the freshman from Hampton, Virginia. And the reserves, the freshman for the Spartans, actually cutting into this Bears lead. Ball's thrown away, turnover. Monday, as they'll entertain the Catamounts. Then they'll be finishing up their road trip with 3 at Furman, Wofford, and ETSU before returning to close out the regular season here at the Hawk. 2 minutes left in the game. Pass tipped and taken out of there. Bears on the break, drive and a foul as Means was able to tip the ball away and initiate the fast break. The foul is on Keely Foster. It's her second, and this will send Means to the foul line.
Yeah, good aggressive play by both Brittany Broadway and Sydney Means, and Sydney got tipped the ball out, and Brittany was off to the races as well. So we had a good 2-on-1 opportunity for Mercer to score.
Means converts on the second. It's a 20-point game. Foster outside 3 ball, nothing but bottom. She's got 5. Minute and a half remaining. Pull up from outside won't go. Rebound Whitman. Hell ball. Hustling play by the Bears, but it goes back to the Spartans.
Now that's Alex Williams, better known as Baby Beyonce, and you can just about guarantee that when the ball comes off of the board, she's going to be somewhere close by.
Pass inside, tipped by Mitchell. And we've got another scrum. Jump ball, held ball. Goes now to Mercer. Say what you will, both teams have been hustling after every loose ball, it seems.
They really have. I mean, there's not been a time that we don't see 2, 3, 4 players down on the floor if it's loose. And you have to appreciate that. You find out a lot about your team sometimes when maybe the score's not what you want it to be, and both teams have really played hard today.
So the Bears working the ball around the perimeter. A drive and a pass is over the head of Mitchell. So 51 ticks remaining.
That was a right idea by Sydney Means. She penetrated, but just a tough pass to throw it back across the grain against a zone.
Collins drives, cut off, passes underneath, and we're going to have a whistle. That will be on number 23, Kayla Potts. That's her first. Look at some of the action earlier, and Jeray Savage with career night in points. This is Allison Whitman trying to crack the scoring column. As a team, 67%. Whitman now in the books with her first. Shot inside, nicely done, Kayla Potts.
Yeah, that's what Kayla Potts does right there. She is great at taking the ball to the basket.
Bears bench appreciative of that bucket. Drive inside, contacts. And it is a charge.
Yeah, by the reaction of the Mercer bench, I think that's something they've been waiting on to see Maddie Mitchell do, is to get over, get in position, and be able to take a charge.
Bears up 18, will dribble out the clock and secure a